Did you know most clutch problems don't come from a bad bike? They come from tiny rider habits that quietly eat your starts and wreck your shifts. You feel it as a stall on a hill, a lurch at a light, that crunchy clunk that makes you wince. The good news, these are fixable. Today, we're breaking down the 9 clutch mistakes that are holding you back and the simple fixes that make your takeoff smooth and your shifts buttery. By the end, you'll know exactly what to change to feel in control from the very first millimeter of lever pull. Let's get into it. Number 9, treating the clutch like an on-off switch. If your takeoffs are either stall or rocket, you're skipping the most important part of the lever, the friction zone. That small area where the plates start to grab and you control power like a dimmer, not a light switch. Mastering this zone is how you creep in traffic, U-turn without drama, and launch without drama. Motorcycle training programs literally build drills around it because it's that fundamental. Fix: in a quiet lot, hold steady, light throttle. Slowly release until the bike just wants to roll, hold it there, and ride the clutch at walking pace. Do this until you can move an inch at a time. But what if your lever itself is lying to you about where that zone starts? Number 8, riding with the wrong lever free play. Too tight and the clutch never fully engages. Hello heat and slip. Too loose and the clutch drags. Hello hard shifts and stalling. Most bikes call for about 10 to 20 millimeters of play at the lever tip, measure at the very end. That isn't random, it's engineered so the clutch fully releases and fully bites. Fix: check your owner's manual, then set free play at the lever adjuster. Recheck when the bike is hot. Cables, perches, and heat can change feel. Even with perfect adjustment, a few finger habits can sabotage you every ride. Number 7, resting fingers on the lever, micro slip. Rolling around with 2 lazy fingers curled on the clutch seems harmless. It isn't. A tiny squeeze equals tiny slip. Over minutes, that's heat and wear, and it moves your friction zone unexpectedly. Your shifts feel inconsistent because you're moving the goalposts. Fix: either cover the lever with a clearly intentional 2-finger hook, pressure off, or keep your hand off it between shifts. Set your lever angle so your wrist, forearm, and fingers are in a straight line. That reduces accidental squeeze. Finger habits matter, but so does what you do with your right hand when you downshift. Number 6, not matching engine speed on downshifts. Downshift without adding a little revs and the engine drags the rear wheel. You feel a jolt. On lighter bikes, it's just rough. On torquey engines, it can unsettle the rear. Rev matching, a small blip with the clutch in, brings engine RPM up to the new gear's speed, so the clutch re-engages smoothly. Bikes with slipper clutches can hide mistakes, but good technique still wins. Fix: brake first, clutch in, toe down 1 gear, give a quick, small throttle blip, then release the clutch smoothly. Aim for no lurch. Speaking of slipper clutches, some riders rely on them like a cheat code. There's a catch. Number 5, relying on the slipper clutch to fix bad hands. A slipper, that's back torque limiting clutch, helps when aggressive downshifts would otherwise chatter the rear. It lets the clutch partially slip until engine and wheel speeds match. It's brilliant, and it's on more bikes every year, but it's not magic. Sloppy technique still beats up the driveline and your confidence. Fix: use the slipper as a safety net, not a crutch. Keep practicing gentle rev matches and smooth releases. The smoother you are, the less the slipper has to work. Downshifts are one place riders lose smoothness. The other starts on hills, and that's where clutches get roasted. Number 4, cooking the clutch on hills. Hill starts trigger panic. Revs spike, clutch slips, the smell gets spicy, and your nerves fry. The missing ingredient is stability while you find the friction zone. Fix: right foot holds the rear brake to keep the bike from rolling. Bring the clutch to friction, raise RPM slightly, then release the rear brake as the bike starts to pull. The brake is your third hand. Use it to buy time so you don't roast the plates. This is a standard slow-speed control approach you'll see echoed in rider training. Heat isn't only from technique. What you pour in the crankcase can wreck a wet clutch fast. Number 3, using the wrong oil for wet clutches. Many motorcycles use a wet, multi-plate clutch bathed in engine oil. Automotive oils with friction modifiers can make the clutch slip, especially under load. Look for JASOMA or MA2 on the label. Avoid JASOMB. That one's for scooters or dry clutches and can cause slip in wet clutches. Fix: run the spec your manual calls for and change it on time. If your clutch starts slipping right after an oil change and your free play is correct, suspect the oil. Even with the right oil, many riders throw away smoothness with one common braking habit. Number 2, coasting with the clutch pulled in or in neutral. Pulling the clutch for long stretches feels safe, but you just tossed engine braking, a free, controllable way to manage speed and weight transfer. Without it, you rely only on brakes, which can heat up and make everything choppier. Engine braking plus proper brake use keeps the bike planted and predictable, especially on long descents. Fix: stay in gear. Roll off, use both brakes smoothly, and downshift with gentle rev matches. Save full clutch disengagement for actual stops or gear changes. Stopping's one thing. Shifting under throttle is another, and a tiny timing error there ruins otherwise perfect rides. Number 1, mismatching throttle, clutch, and shift timing on upshifts. Here's the simple picture. Roll off, clutch in, shift, clutch out as you roll back on. If you dump the clutch before the gear engages, you get a thunk. If you add throttle while the plates are still separating, you get a flare. At higher RPM, tiny timing differences get loud and jerky. Fix: start slow. On each upshift, say it in your head: off, clutch, shift, out, on. Make the clutch release as smooth as a door closer, then speed it up. On bikes with a quick shifter, keep the throttle steady and load the shifter positively. Don't half commit. Dial these in, and your clutch stops being a drama machine and starts feeling like a precision tool. So how do you tie it all together every ride? Quick habit stack: the smooth rider's checklist. Set free play to spec, commonly 10 to 20 millimeters, at the lever tip. Recheck hot. Find friction every time you launch. Think dimmer switch, not light switch. Use the rear brake on hills. Let it be your third hand. Rev match downshifts even if you have a slipper clutch. Use Jasso MA or MA2 oil for wet clutches. Avoid MB, that one's for scooters or dry clutches and can cause slip in wet clutches. Stay in gear and let engine braking help you control speed. Smooth clutch work isn't talent. It's a set of tiny repeatable behaviors. When you stop flicking the lever like a switch and start feeling the friction zone, when your free play is set, your oil is right, your downshifts are matched, and you use the rear brake to calm hill starts, the whole bike changes. Launches feel calm, shifts feel clean, corners feel settled. You look ahead, not down at your left hand. That's the point. Less drama, more control, every ride. No cliffhanger here, just a clean resolution. Make one change on your very next ride. Set your lever, go find the friction zone in a parking lot, and feel how much smoother everything becomes when the clutch finally works with you, not against you.